What do Moroccan rock, rumba, and groovy Greek music have in common? Well, one Israeli band called the Bouzouki Groove are bringing all these musical styles together right here in the Holy Land. Let's check out a new single they just released that even incorporates Coldplay's famous song, Clocks.
לא זזים מפה, כאילו, אנחנו
כן.
ככה כאילו?
Dionysis Theodoro and Itzik Zarum are responsible for forming this special alternative Greek band in Israel, and they're right here in the studio to tell us about it. Thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Nice to see you again, Natasha.
Yes, you were here a couple of months ago, and now there's a whole different music initiative that you're going to tell us about that you're doing. Tell us about this song, mix of Coldplay, Greek, and everything was going on here. How did you come up with this?
Well, Itzik and I started working together about 5 years ago, and we're obviously aware of the love that the Israeli people have for Greek music. So I'm from Cyprus, and I've been performing since I was 11. So we just started putting a show together that incorporates all the most popular Greek songs for the Israeli audience. And Itzik, maybe we can tell something about your musical background so people can understand how we sort of
connected.
Where
I come from modern jazz music and flamenco. My father is a flamenco artist, and when I knew him, I loved the music. I loved the Greek music, and we started, brainstorming together, and thinking about other ways to use the bouzouki, the sound of the bouzouki and his playing, And
so the bouzouki, for those who don't know, it's that special guitar that
it's a Greek instrument. It's a national instrument of Greece, and
it's not a guitar, obviously, but it's similar in the sense.
It's a string instrument.
Right, exactly.
But I think we basically brought our own interpretation to the music, and we just wanted to feel comfortable performing it our way, and not to copy not to copy the original, or not to be sort of influenced by the original in a way that limits us. And it just naturally developed, and this clip that you've just seen is just a sort of, I think it's a combination of 5 years of working together, and then Itzik had the idea of maybe bringing some non-Greek music into the repertoire, and
everybody knows Coldplay, obviously. Israelis love Coldplay, and Clocks is specifically a very famous song. It was interesting how you guys did that transition. What was it like to record that, out in Yafo?
Lots of fun.
Well, it's interesting, if you think about the bouzouki, the sound of the bouzouki, and also the interesting playing of Dionysis. Like Coldplay was stuck in my head, the clocks, the sound of it, and I could really see him playing it, and we tried it, and it was fantastic, from the very first time we played it, and it's beautiful. So
we're having a lot of fun, because also the Israeli audience the people that really enjoy the Greek music, they enjoy our interpretation of the music. And also what's interesting is that people that don't like Greek music or they're not interested in Greek music, and when they come to see us, they suddenly say, oh, I never liked Greek music, but these interpretations are really interesting. It's jazzy, it's rocky, it's bluesy, it's just, it's very energetic and
well, you know, I love Greek music, and it's obviously very popular here in Israel. Why do you guys think that is?
Well, I think it's very similar to it's Middle Eastern, first of all. It's
Right.
Middle Eastern scales and rhythms. So it's people like to dance and to have fun, and they're also rhythms that are very very similar to Hasidic music and to Jewish music, Gypsy music,
Hora, like the
Hora.
Hora.
So it's it's fun music, and it's sameach. You know, sameach is happiness and joy, and people enjoy that. They just enjoy it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you just walk around Tel Aviv, even go into Old Yafa, you can see a lot of places where they're playing Greek music and people are dancing outside.
Definitely.
So you guys obviously are, you know, the first band here that's somehow
It goes
incorporated.
way back.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I think the first Greek song was translated into Hebrew, I think, before the establishment of the state. The first song was translated in 1947. And then since then, many Israeli artists have taken Greek melodies and compositions and added Hebrew lyrics to them.
Yes.
From then until today. And obviously Ari San, people who know Ari San, who was here in the 50s and had a really legendary career. And Trifonas Poliker, Yuda Poliker also. So it's just, Greek music has always been part of the
culture
here, the musical culture here, definitely.
It's interesting too, because there isn't necessarily a huge Jewish Greek population. There is one, but it's not massive, and yet this music has somehow, you know, played such a big part in the Israeli music scene. Now, you guys have performed internationally, gone to a lot of different types of audiences. What is it like to perform for an Israeli audience? Do you see a resemblance between Israeli culture and Greek culture apart from the music?
Right. I've never met an audience like this before. I mean, I've performed in many different countries from a young age. I started performing when I was 11, in England, in Greece, in New York. But there's something very supportive here of the people here. And I think there's something in the culture that people strive to be happy. They strive to connect to their happiness. And it's a real kind of striving to get to the point of being happy, to put everything behind and just overcome and to just be happy and to just dance and to just sing. And there's a culture here of singing together and being together. And I see all kinds of audiences, young and all ages, and they just connect and they're dancing together and singing together. And there's and I've never seen anything like that.
It's kind of like your story in a way. You told me earlier that you guys met in a music store, in your music store, right? What is that story?
Well, it was how long? 14 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I arrived in 2002, and I went into Itzik's music store to buy some strings for Bouzouki, and I met his father, and then after I met his father, I met Itzik. And it took us a while to start discussing performing together. It took us a long time, about 9 years.
5 years ago.
5 years ago we started. But it's just I think there's a love for culture here, a love for music,
openness
to different styles.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, openness, definitely. Openness is.
We perform to many crowds, you know, even to crowds of Israeli folk. So Shira B'tzibur, you know, that people come and sing the Israeli songs, and they stay. They love it, and they even dance in the end of the show, and it's
even very old audiences, like 90 years old.
Yeah,
even, you know? Like really, like, and they're dancing, and they're just. connecting to that happiness, connecting to that joy. I think the culture here, Israeli culture, is a culture of happiness and a culture. It's a very positive culture. It's a culture that supports creativity and success.
Well, when
really.
you say creativity, you can certainly see that in the music video that we watched by you guys earlier. It's beautiful, the music you guys are creating, and I hope that I can eventually go and see you guys perform. If you want to check out Bouzouki Groove, the band will be performing on October 21st at Ha'ozen Bar in Tel Aviv. For more information, go to bouzoukigroove.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thanks, Natasha.